And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live show. This is not a live Q&A. This is a Film Stock live show talking what is the future of movies? Something I've been asking myself lately, talking to other people. What's going on? What does the future look like? Is it bleak? Is there some hope in the air? Who's really to say? We're talking about that in the chat. Then, of course, it'll transition into a normal Q&A as it always does. But be sure to hit the like button if you guys are in here right now or on the replay. I know a lot of you guys watch this after it airs. Drop your questions in the chat, but also kind of like your thoughts on movie going right now and the future of movies, like with all the delays, with the strikes, all that stuff. Let's talk about all that and more in the chat. But I'm going to throw this banner up. Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee that I get to your question, your comments, your concern. It's also a way to help support me and the channel directly. Anything goes a very long way. Also, we got the podcast link down below. As you can see, it says sub to the podcast. That is linked down below as well. But yeah, let's just go ahead and dive right in. So let's see. I see we got the fast food restaurants in here, which is a classic staple of the live streams. Tobin Bell's in the house. Adrian Peterson, Steve Harvey. Shout out to whoever commits to making all those accounts, by the way. All right, let's see. I'm going to start with a question, and then again, we'll kind of talk about the main point here. But Iron Bro says, "Hi, Chris. Do you hope they bring back Wilson Bethel as Bullseye for Born Again? For me, he was the most terrifying villain. What if he appears in Thunderbolts? I hope he fights the Punisher." So I would be down to see. I assume that's the actor who plays. Yeah, I know. Cam's in here, by the way. If you hear her chime in at all, what's it called? Wilson Bethel. Yeah, that's him. That's him. What's the character's name though? Yeah,
Dexter.
Yeah, Poindexter. Yeah.
They call him Dex.
Yeah, Dex. That's who I was looking for. Yes, I would be down to see him return. Probably in Born Again. I know they're bringing back Bernthal's Punisher, so it would make sense for them to bring him in. But yeah, I would be down. Hopefully, and I would love that. I would love that. Of course. I just want to see Punisher more than anything else, though, right now. Do you think you'll watch the Blade Runner movies one day, but not today? Joe Keary's in the house. Welcome, Joe. And Network 98 says, we had to get a Craving reference in here, so there's that. All right, let's talk about this main topic for a bit. Drop some questions regarding the future of movies in the chat. This kind of relates to that. Connor says, "Did you hear there was a trailer for Aquaman 2 dropping on Thursday?" I did. And it's about damn time because this movie comes out in December. I think it's going to be a dumpster fire, most likely. There's been a lot of hell with the production of the film already, and it's been delayed multiple times. I don't think it's going to be worth a damn, frankly. But we're finally getting our first, trailer for the movie. I know they dropped a little teaser. Not going to lie, I watched the quick little teaser they put out. It didn't look that impressive. So we'll see what the trailer does. That's Thursday morning, I believe. But yeah, this is the big DC Christmas release. Like normally there's a huge movie that comes out around Christmas time. And this year, in terms of future of movies, it's Aquaman 2 and Wonka. Kind of a bummer, honestly. I'm excited for Wonka more so than Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. However, the fact that Aquaman 2 is like the big holiday season release, what are we doing? I know it had the 2018 one and it still did about $1 billion. I don't see this one doing $1 billion. And it's kind of scary, actually, that this is the movie that all the studios have faith in, or at least DC and Warner Bros. Is Aquaman 2. What? Weird. Ryan says, "Don't forget to hit the like button." Absolutely hit that like button if you guys are in here. Welcome in, everybody, by the way. Hello. What's up, Like the Hair? Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, another thing about the Aquaman trailer. I haven't watched it because it hasn't come out yet, but I will watch it when it does come out. This is a good question about the future movies. Who do you think the main villain for Batman Part 2 will be? So I've seen the rumors of Clayface. I've seen rumors of Hush, possibly. Outlandish pick for me. I kind of want to see the Mad Hatter. I want to see the Mad Hatter because of the Arkham games and that whole side story. I was always a fan of that. That might be too difficult because people might get confused with Alice in Wonderland, Mad Hatter, and everything. But I would love to see that. Hush, I would not be opposed. And Mr. Freeze would be another big one that I would like to see in the Batman Part 2 because there's just a lot of potential to do a serious, grounded Mr. Freeze. We've only seen the over-the-top, goofy one in Batman and Robin. So I'm down for them to do a Matt Reeves take on that. I would totally be down for that. Eli says the future is movies not for theaters, but for streaming. I think you might be onto something here. Like the future of movies has kind of the writing's kind of been on the wall that if you're not a huge franchise movie, it might be smarter to just go straight to streaming in the future. Obviously, you can make a little bit of money in theaters, but even the big blockbusters over the summer, some of them at least, underperformed greatly. Look at Dial of Destiny. Look at Dead Reckoning Part 1. These are movies with huge stars, huge IPs, and they failed at the box. Excuse me, they failed at the box office. So, look, I think a movie like Talk to Me is an exception though, because it's a small scale like indie horror movie, but it's made $50 million plus, and it's gonna find the new life on streaming, and it might not have made nearly as much money if it went straight to streaming. So it's kind of I'm a mixed bag on the whole thing, but I do think a lot of movies are going to be more. They're going to have more discoverability, I should say, on the streaming platforms. I look at a movie like Haunted Mansion that kind of fizzled at the box office, but it's hitting Disney Plus, I believe, in October, and I guarantee you it will get way more eyes on it then. So a lot of audiences have been sort of what's the word I'm looking for? They've been led to believe, oh, it'll be on streaming in 2 or 3 months, this new big movie. So I'll just wait. And so I do think that window is going to continue to shrink. I mean, sometimes it's two or 3 weeks before a movie goes to available to buy on digital following its theatrical release. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what the future looks like with that. Spidey Cosplays, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Tristan, what's going on? All right. No faith in your boy James Wan. This is from Zach. I mean, it's not James Wan though. That's the thing that sucks. Like, yes, he's directing the movie, but I watched the first Aquaman. It doesn't feel remotely like a James Wan movie. And I've heard behind the scenes he's been really not happy with the production of this film, and I think he wants out. Obviously, James Wan could do something cool. He's a great director, especially in the horror genre. But the first one didn't really have James Wan's flair to it. It was more of a studio product. Whereas his other films, Conjuring, Insidious, Malignant, even they all have his like style behind the camera. That's not the case here. So as much as I love James Wan, everyone here, I love him. No secret. I don't have much faith in him, and it's not really him. It's the studio interfering. It's Warner Bros. It's DC. Those are two things that outweigh any faith I may have in James Wan. So we'll have to see. But I would love for it to be good. I would love it if it could surprise me. We will have to see. All right. Okay. Let's see. Mike's Entertainment. What's up? How you doing? Do I follow the Oscars? Not really. I hope Oppenheimer dominates. I sometimes do, sometimes don't, but I really am rooting for Oppenheimer this year. I think studios need to wise up and start making movies for less than $100 million again. Look at all the bombs this summer they had. Yeah, exactly. Like, not every movie needs to have a $200 million budget. And I've gone off about this before. It's like, chill. Like, just take a step back. Put a great story in theaters. We don't need this big extravaganza from the budget department. Just make a good movie first and foremost, and then worry about the budget. And it always frustrates me that these movies, I mean, $250 million is insane for pretty much any movie to have a budget of that caliber. Let's see. Carson says, I'm an actor, and my agent has a friend who's a SAG official. The strike won't be over till February. Well, that'd be a big bummer. I mean, if true, I don't think I can say I'm that surprised, because it seems like the studios are going to just continue to, not pay the actors and writers fairly. Jacob, Starcourt, Food Court, what's good? How you doing? Welcome in. Let's see. Thoughts on pay-per-view for new movies like they do for sports? So kind of like what Disney Plus did in like 2021 when they dropped like Black Widow. I think that it was called like Premiere, and you just paid like a certain number right when it dropped, and then you had access to it. You didn't have to go to theaters. I mean, I don't think it works. I don't think that works, because I don't think they'll do that. Maybe one day, but even then people will pirate the movie. People will, invite 40 people over to watch the movie and just for the price of buying it once. So for the studios, I just don't think they would do that. And it would also hurt theaters, and they're kind of in cahoots at the end of the day. It's a big movie making business. They all got to kind of work together in some way. So I don't see that happening really. Do you think there will be a day where there will be no more movie theaters? I don't think that day is coming anytime soon. But I wouldn't be surprised if one day down the road theaters were like eradicated. Just like I'm talking like 1,000 years from now. There's like just this technology where you just put on a headset and like in your living room, like you buy a ticket and it's like you're watching it, something crazy like that could happen years and years from now. So I could say one day way down the road, there might be no movie theaters. Not in our lives, though. I think they'll have theaters for the rest of our lives. Also, they need to get back to waiting at least 5 to 6 months before taking movies digital, streaming, DVD. And, I think Oppenheimer is doing that. And it's because Nolan said he wanted like an exclusive 180 days of just being in theaters or something like that. And movies that do huge numbers at the box office have that 5 to 6 months in theaters before going digital and streaming. Avatar: The Way of Water being an example. I think that went from like December to June or something like that. So those huge movies, like the big ones, usually have that long of a wait. But a lot of times, if a movie bombs, it's on digital in a month, maybe less than. Look at The Flash. That movie, I think within 3 weeks, you could buy it on digital. Madness. Let me take a sip of water. What?
Just funny.
Yeah, they need to focus on writing and then everything else. Yeah. Write a good story. Write a good script. Jacob says, I'm getting the urge to watch Hubie Halloween. Spooky season is approaching. It is. It's been cooler outside, thank God. Robert, what's good? How you doing? Got our first super chat from Network 98. Chris, did Taco Bell overpay Chris Evans 5-year, $500 million? I have no clue what you're referring to. Is Chris Evans the new spokesperson for Taco Bell?
That'd be really sad if he is.
Yeah, rip the Joe Keery ads, I guess. But no clue if this is true. But yeah, that's a damn shame if that's a real statistic right there. Our boy Joe Keery deserves those ads. Thank you for the super chat, Network 98. I also hope Nolan makes the Bond film. And it was recently in either a live Q&A or one of these Film Stock Lives where I went on like a 10-minute little segment about how awesome this would be and how we need a Nolan Bond movie. So 100% agree with you. By the way, love the profile picture with the Lego. Is that Doctor Strange, the Michelin Man behind it? Yeah, that's dope. All right. I answered some of these already. What do you think will happen with the Stranger Things / Upside Down franchise after season 5? Movies? New series? I don't know if they'll do Stranger Things movies ever, but I think they will 100% have a big spinoff announced not long after the end of season 5. Like maybe with some main characters, maybe with some newer characters, but I'm thinking like a legitimate spinoff, kind of like how The Walking Dead has spinoffs, kind of like how we got, Better Call Saul for Breaking Bad. We'll have like one big spinoff that is almost on par with Stranger Things. I don't know if anything will ever top Stranger Things, but it can come close. It can come close and leave it to if it's the Duffer Brothers, which I think it will be, and it's, under their production company and everything, full confidence that they will announce a legitimate spinoff that's really good. No more theaters is possible. At one time back then, drive-ins were the movie experience, but now they're very limited. Yeah, very good point here. I think drive-ins are a little different, but even then they got phased out. There's still a few, but with the advancements of streaming, it's not a crazy take. It's not a crazy take to say there's going to be a limited number of theaters and it's like a special thing to go find a movie theater to go see a movie in. Honestly, if a movie, this is just me, of course, but if every movie that came out right now, if you had the opportunity to watch it at home and like pay a little bit extra or go to a theater opening night, I personally am watching it at my house with a nice setup in the privacy of my home. And that comes down to just people. And I've gone on my rants before about how people are ruining movie going for others. But if I'm given the opportunity, I'll just I would just like spend more money to make a home theater setting and then just watch it at my house, away from idiots in the movie theater. They're going to be on their phone, talk, and just be disruptive. That's the main thing. Obviously, the sound quality, the image quality is going to be better if you go to a theater, but you got to deal with people. A lot of people are sick of dealing with people right now. And I know I am, especially the idiots in the theater. So you make a good point here. You make a really good point here. Am I excited about the Batman 2? Absolutely. Absolutely. Talk about future movies. I put out a recent tier list. You guys should check out one of my recent videos where I talk about upcoming comic book films. And this one was really high on my most anticipated list. Really looking forward to what they got in store for us. Talked about it earlier. Who's the villain going to be? I don't really know, but I'll say this much. I think they got something special cooked up their sleeve for us. And look at it this way. You look at the Dark Knight trilogy, right? And then we're getting a Batman trilogy. What was the worst of the Dark Knight trilogy? The first film. If the Batman trilogy just gets better, we're in for a treat. An absolute treat. Water break. We got a super chat from Zach, a football question. Keep, watch, burn. 2021 Georgia season where they won the Natty. 2022 Georgia season where they won the Natty, or current year. I'm burning this year because obviously we don't know what's to expect, and I'm pretty underwhelmed, frankly, with the offense, especially the slow starts. It's jarring. It's really jarring. We'll see what they're made of this weekend when they play an SEC team, South Carolina. Not really a lot of optimism for me right now. Obviously, the number one team in the country, but I don't know. It just feels something feels off. Let me just say that much. Really happy with the defense. Offense, the slow starts are concerning. I will keep the 2021 season because that was the first Georgia National Championship in my life. Over the mountaintop, finally took down Alabama. It was so special to me. And then I'll watch the 2022 season because they went 15-0, dominant, loved it. They, back to back, all that's awesome. But that 2021, no matter how many more Georgia could potentially win in my life, that first one will always be the sweetest. Always be the sweetest. Really curious to see who comes out on top this year. I can't confidently say it's going to be Georgia. Like, I love Georgia. They're my team for life, and I bleed red and black, as they say. But scared. Just scared. I don't know. I think there's a lot of pressure. I almost think they need to lose a game and just be like, okay, we're human. Let's go. I honestly, I don't want them to lose a game, but they kind of need to damn near lose a game to be like, okay, we're a mortal team. Another super chat here from Braden. What is a movie that everyone loves and is considered a classic that you watched and never understood the hype of it? Great question here. Like the profile pic. Is that Spock? Live long and prosper. Am I right? Let me go look at my letterbox and let you know. So I have one that's like the main one, but I don't want to say it right now just because it's so generic. But let me go. Let me look. On Letterboxd, filter by year. Let's see. Earliest first. There we go. Okay. So what's a classic movie everyone loves? I never understood the hype for. All right, I got you. I would say, Lawrence of Arabia. Lawrence of Arabia. Classic film, almost 4 hours. Obviously, I respect what it did for filmmaking. I respect the movie, but it's unforgivingly long. Like, that movie is a chore to sit through, and it just was nowhere near as engaging as I thought it would be. A lot of scenes just drag on. I can't really see myself watching it ever again, probably. I respect it. It's an achievement in filmmaking. Obviously, David Lean directed it, but my God, multiple scenes just overextended their stay for 5-10 minutes. It was like, come on now. Could have chopped down about an hour or two of it. So that's the one that I went classic. I could say more modern stuff, but the question was classic. That came out in the 1960s. So there you have it. Lawrence of Arabia, a movie that everyone loves for the most part that I've talked to. I just never got the hype for it. I think at the time, if I was going to movies and I saw it at the time, it would have blown my socks off. But now it's, I don't want to say it's dreadful to sit through, but it's a chore. It's like going to driver's ed class. Those 6-hour, 5-hour classes you had to go to. It was like you had no choice. Once you started, it's like, okay, this is fine for about an hour, and then you got no choice but to sit through it, and that's how it was. So great question. Thank you for the super chat. By the way, up to 50 people in here, so hit the like button if you guys are in here right now. Helps out quite a bit. Do it. And super chat again, way to go to guarantee I get right to your question, your comment, your concern. Taco Boy Studios says, I don't think any movie should have AI scripts. I concur fully. No movie should have an AI written script. And some of them do feel like like Transformers Rise of the Beasts felt like a product of AI, and then they hired human writers to come and try and make tweaks to it. I think that's what a lot of studios have honestly been doing lately. All right. Robert, what's good? What's your most anticipated movie of 2024 right now? Right now, in this very moment in time, it's Deadpool 3. I don't know if that's going to be topped in terms of hype for me. Again, that movie truly, I've said this in my recent videos and in recent lives, but it truly has the potential to be the next cinematic event where people are yelling out in the crowd, getting hyped up, No Way Home level stuff. We'll see though, but that's my most anticipated as of right now for 2024. Mohammed says, are you watching Ahsoka? You're damn right I am. I had to look right in the camera for that one. I caught up last week, and from here on out, I 100% will be watching live every week. Episode 4 is the best episode of the show to me, and it's just gotten better. We're halfway through, and it has not disappointed yet, and I frankly don't think it will. I have so much faith in the show. So much faith in the show.
It's just because there's no, like, BS. It's
yes.
not, like, doing anything. There's no, like, really stupid
Preach.
side quests.
Preach. I don't know if you guys could hear her, but she said
not.
There's no BS. Like, there's no setup. And I'm going to piggyback off that, and I'm going to say there's no meandering filler crap. Like,
yeah, there's no side quests.
Yeah, no side quests, which I'm cool with every now and then for The Mandalorian, but you got 8 episodes of TV, no time to waste, really, and Mando was all over the place. One of the episodes followed, like, that character who was who used to be working for Moff Gideon for, like, a whole ep. There was no Mando. What are we doing here? This would be, like, it's just there's no need, and I think Filoni knows that. This is a pivotal show in setting up this Mandoverse movie. Obviously, I'm not going to say what happens at the end of Ep 4, but if you like Star Wars, it's hard not to get a little bit of a chill, right? It's really well done. Sabine's awesome. Frankly, the dialogue is in the show is stronger than any recent show. You've like what's the character name? Ray Stevenson, rest in peace. Balin, I want to say, or Bale or something. He's like one of the main villains in the show. Like, him and Ahsoka's showdown was awesome. And then the fact that he was like trying to lure Sabine to join him. God, I love when like the good versus evil dialogue in Star Wars is on point, and that's the case here. Really, really enjoying it, and it's just going to keep getting better. Whenever Thrawn returns, that'll be the ep. That will be the episode, because the voice actor who voices Thrawn is playing him in live action. So that voice, Ezra Bridger, I cannot wait to hear him speak again. All right. Jacob says, I got to get back to watching Bly Manor. Watched first ep, then got busy. It was a good pilot. Yeah, I got to watch Hill House, Haunting of Hill House. In fact, we're coming up on a Saw rewatch.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have a lot of time, I just realized.
When's the movie?
We got about 9 movies to watch. September 29th.
We could do that in a day.
Yeah, so we got about 2.5 weeks. And if we get an early showing of it, that's maybe 2 weeks. So we'll watch that probably next week. For those who don't know, I've been watching Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
And so that's consumed. I really like it. We're into season 3 now. Yeah. What's up, Marvel Geeks? How you doing? Would Stranger Things still be your favorite show if season 5 sucked? I mean, yeah, probably. Might not be my outright favorite, but it would still be. Sorry, sensitive topic for some in the room. Game of Thrones season 8 kind of sucked, and it's still in my top 5 favorite shows.
It's really not that bad.
I know, but it was the worst season by far. Like, there was a noticeable dip in quality. You don't think so?
I'd say it could be honestly on par with season 1. Season 1's so
wow.
Yeah, whenever I rewatch the show, I normally skip season 1. Honestly, it's like boring. It's boring.
I might mute the mic just to save you.
It's boring. I don't think anybody can tell me it's not.
I love season 1 of Thrones, but
When was the last time you watched it?
Every time I rewatch the show.
Which was?
It was probably like, I think I watched I don't remember the last time I watched it fully, because it ended on such a shitty note.
continue.
If you know, you know. But look, season 5 of Stranger Things will be better than season 8 of Game of Thrones. It already is. It hasn't even come out yet. All right. Thank you for the super chat, Charles. I like that profile picture. Always. Thoughts on the upcoming Aquaman 2 trailer? So I touched on this a little bit earlier. It comes out Thursday. I'll have a reaction, but I'm not excited for this movie. It's one of my least anticipated comic book films for the foreseeable future. Look, I watched like the teaser they put out. It was like 30 seconds teasing the trailer. Did it look bad to anyone else? Like visually, it looked really bad actually. He's like riding a seahorse like out of the sky at one point. I was like, here we go again. So I don't despise the first Aquaman. It's a fine movie. It's watchable. But I hear this Aquaman too. I've heard from like the people who go to the test screenings. There's like this one page who tweets about it. They said there have been multiple cuts of the movie and like none of them are that good. It's really hard to be optimistic about this. So I'm gonna watch the trailer. I'm glad they're finally having a trailer. It's been months of the speculation about when will this trailer drop. So it's cool that we're getting one. That's my thoughts about it, but I'm not excited really. But stay tuned. I'll have a reaction on Thursday. We'll see what the hell's up with it, if it's any good or not. Hopefully it is. As an Eagles fan, go Dogs. Absolutely. The Philadelphia Dogs, baby. All right. Any sports movies coming out anytime soon? Not to my knowledge, unfortunately. We need a really good Disney true story sports movie again. We need it. Okay. Are you an NFL fan or mostly college football? Mostly college football. That being said, I do tune into the NFL. I like to keep track of it. I'll have the game on tonight. I think the Bills play the Jets. I actually know they do. It's at 8:20 Eastern. But, you know, yeah, I'm way more of a college fan. Actually, you know what? This is time to plug something. If you guys want to talk sports, I know there's been a few sports questions in here. 3 and Out. Go to the About tab, and I'm actually going to put the link in the chat for you guys. Go check it out because I know there have been a decent amount of sports questions in here, so I want to make sure that I put this link in here. Go subscribe to this channel. Copy. It's me and my buddies have a college football show every week, videos. So go check it out. I just put the link in the chat. Go subscribe. Check out our weekly episodes over there. We have a lot of fun with it. But yeah, more of a college football guy. But hey, the Jags, Trevor Lawrence, he's looking pretty good this year. Or at least last year. He looked decent. He had at least 2 touchdown passes because I had made a bet that he would get over 1.5, and he had at least 2. I think they might have actually lost to the Colts. I didn't see the final because I had Red Zone on, but either way, I think the Jags will be all right this year. Theo with the super chat. Thank you, Theo. Keep, watch, burn. Water. I have to do that a lot when I'm streaming. Keep, watch, burn. The Incredibles, Finding Nemo, and Monsters, Inc. I'm going to say I will keep Monsters, Inc. because Monsters, Inc. has the best duo of those. It's the most rewatchable of those, and it is the most, I'd say, personal to me of those 3. I'm going to keep Monsters, Inc. I'm going to watch The Incredibles because it is frankly impressive that movie is so good all these years later, an animated superhero movie, and it's that good. And then I'm going to burn Finding Nemo. And honestly, it's because I've seen it so many times. Still a high quality top 10 Pixar movie, but I've seen that movie to death at this point. And I remember like all the times watching in elementary school all the time. And look, I really, really love that movie. But of those 3, it's my least favorite. So
Just watch Finding Dory.
Yeah, I could, I guess, if I wanted that fixed. So yeah, I'm fine with that. That's the way I'll do it. Keep Monsters, Inc., watch Incredibles, burn Finding Nemo. No disrespect to Finding Nemo, by the way. Don't twist it and say I hate that movie because I love them all. Love them all. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. That's the way to go to guarantee I get right to your question, comment, concerns. Also a huge way to help support me in the channel. Ryan Smith says, as a Gators fan, I have to admit that your reaction to the 2021 National Championship game was so sweet with the cry emojis. Well, thank you, Ryan. I that was raw emotion right there, man. I didn't even know Cam was recording me. I was just like, when Georgia won the national championship.
Oh, that was so funny.
I mean, I started crying. I so much relief in that moment, and special. Clemson FSU kickoff is now 11 a.m. Oh, what could have been? Yeah, damn shame. I thought for sure that was going to be a night game. It's a bummer if Aquaman 2 kept James Wan from directing Saw X. That is, yeah. I don't think so, because I think he kind of moved on from Saw a long time ago. But I will say this much. Let's get James Wan back for not only another Saw movie one day, but The Conjuring 4. Me and Jacob Starcourt have talked about this. James Wan for The Conjuring 4. Please bring him back. I didn't watch The Nun 2. I've seen the Conjuring trilogy. I haven't watched the other Conjuring verse films. I've heard they're just really not worth it. That's why I kind of am waiting for the right time to watch them. But yeah, let's get James Wan back for The Conjuring. And honestly, Cam, imagine if they pitched like Saw, like the end or something, like, and it was James Wan coming back for the final Saw movie. That would be amazing. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. Let's see. I am not going to see A Haunting in Venice. Isn't that technically a part of the like Murder on the Orient Express movies? I had no clue that was the case until recently. Like I genuinely thought it was just another horror movie with Kenneth Branagh. But then I was like, oh no, it's actually it's the third film, I guess, in that trilogy. Have you watched Donnie Darko, Mulholland Drive, Triangle, Shutter Island, and Butterfly Effect? If so, what do you think of the movies? I've seen Donnie Darko, and I know the spoilers for Shutter Island, but I haven't seen the others. But Donnie Darko is a great movie. I talked about this recently. Watched it, and then the next night I watched the director's cut. So I've seen it twice. It's a one of those like mind F movies, you know, that's gonna like leave you just kind of stunned for a bit after you watch it. You got to think a lot about it, and it's a movie that I watched Chris Stuckman's review right after, and he did a good job of sort of explaining things, but it's a confusing ass movie. It really is. But Donnie Darko is worth the watch. Highly recommend. Okay. Do you think Pattinson's Batman should join the DCU? I mean, James Gunn wanted a young early stage Superman, and his Batman would have great chemistry if done right. I want Robert Pattinson's Batman to stay as as far away as humanly possible from any cinematic universe, because that would immediately taint it for me. Keep him in a contained trilogy, keep Joker in a contained trilogy, and we're good. Those don't need to be touched. They're part of DC Elseworlds right now, and those projects are thriving critically, commercially. Keep it away. Keep it away. I think no, I don't think he should join the DCU at all. Not even remotely. Okay. Where are we at? Someone says Ahsoka is peak. I mean, I'm loving it so far. It's a cool little cat profile picture, by the way. I have not seen the Nun 2. Probably not going to. I didn't watch the first Nun. So that I was like, I'm not going to watch this right now. Hello, new subscriber. Well, welcome. Are you going to watch the live action Avatar The Last Airbender next year? Potentially. I've seen the original show, but it was as it came out. So I have not fully watched that show since 2008 when it ended. Really, really will be a refreshing experience when I go back to that. But no, I have not rewatched it in a long time. So, I mean, I'll watch it. I will, but it's going to require a rewatch of the animated one, which I could probably do in like a day. Those episodes are like 20 minutes long, and there's only like 60 or 70 of them. So that's like 30 to 35 episodes of like actual TV. You know, so. All right. Where the hell was I? Completely lost my spot. What's new? I'm lost. We're just going to click somewhere. Nice haircut. Thank you. Aquaman 2 teaser looked awkward. Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately. Will you do 24 favorite movies of all time for your birthday? Maybe. I might finally conquer just doing my favorite movies ever. I might finally do it for my birthday this year. We'll see. I've never actually made that video. Make a definitive list. there's the link for anyone wondering. Go subscribe to 3 and Out. It's a college football channel with me and my buddies. We got 3 more subs. Look at that. Thank you guys for going and subscribing to that. It's been a lot of fun over there, and we're ramping up with the season. So hell yeah to that. Go check it out. All right. Jacob says Stranger Things is a kid show. Time to grow up, bud. Yeah. Stranger Things is just not meant to watch. It's just not quality TV, really. Oh man. Gotta love the people who just can't handle that Stranger Things is good out there. Okay. Are you worried there will be a time next year where there won't be any new movies or shows? Yes. Yeah. Cam said yes.
It's not that I'm worried. It's that there will be. Like
there will
really no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
We're talking like February, March, damn near summer.
The last thing we get might be the Percy Jackson TV show.
It might be Dune in March, but like yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like it's gonna be a problem, and the studios are ignorant. They don't know. They just don't know ball. All right. Right now, here are my top 5 movies in order. Right now on 3:39 p.m. September 11th, 2023. Never forget. Here are my top 5 movies. Here we go. The Social Network. This is in no order. The Social Network, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Remember the Titans, Good Will Hunting, and Whiplash. Yeah. The original Star Wars is still it's like I just didn't want to say it, you know. I just didn't want to say it, but it's right around there. Because I said it so many times, you know, but it's still up there, obviously. They don't advertise it as a sequel, which is weird. I did not realize that. Are we referring to Aquaman right now? That's insane. I didn't know that. All right. All right, where the hell am I in this chat? Who do you think should be Peter's new friends in the next Spider-Man trilogy? Not Ned and not MJ. I think it might be time for Gwen. What are your thoughts?
What was the question?
Peter Parker's friends in the next MCU trilogy. I think it's time for Gwen or Black Cat.
I'd rather see Black Cat just because I don't want to have to witness a Gwen Stacy die again, and I don't think that they would keep her alive.
Fair.
And also we just haven't seen. Well, we have seen a Felicia technically in TASM 2. We haven't seen one flushed out to the Black Cat storyline, and I think that'd be interesting. And I think that this is a time period in Tom Holland's Spider-Man life where Black Cat would fit in nice.
Valid point there. Gavin says, do you think Hoffman will come back in Saw X? I'm pretty sure you hear his voice in the trailer. That's what everyone's been saying, and
He is.
I think he's 100%. He's coming back. Yeah. I think so. All right. What am I doing? I already answered this. There's some repeat questions in here. That's why it's tripping me out. What are your thoughts on Mortal Kombat as a whole? Played it once or twice at a friend's house on Xbox growing up. Never really got into it. Never really got into the movies or the new movie. No attachment to it. No desire to see anything from it. Just not for me. Just not something I really care about. Zach makes a good point. He says, they're giving out a lot of plot points, it seems, for Deadpool 3. I don't like that there was a leak of the 20th Century logo on the beach, because that makes it pretty obvious that a lot of this movie is going to be them killing possibly or connecting with the Fox X-Men universe, which was already pretty assumed once we got the news of Hugh Jackman. But could you imagine if they never announced Hugh Jackman was going to be in this movie? Maybe they just got ahead of it. They wanted to say, hey, if we announce Wolverine's in this, it'll make more money. We'll beat the people who are going to, leak set picks anyway. So it was probably a smart move. And they want to probably call the movie Deadpool and Wolverine. But yeah, they've given out a lot of plot points. Am I a Woody Harrelson fan? Yeah. Woody Harrelson's a great actor. True Detective. My favorite role of his is actually Haymitch from The Hunger Games. So, yeah.
Your favorite role of who?
Woody Harrelson.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Image eats.
Mm-hmm. All right. I have a whole video about this. So check out one of my most recent videos, though, and a whole entire video I just posted about this specifically. And other. It was 2024 and onward. Elias, what's going on? Oh, yeah. Haunting in Venice. Okay, I get you, Zach. Yeah, Haunting in Venice, they're not pitching it as a sequel. Really weird that they're like straying from the Orient Express like thing. Who cares about those, honestly? It's bizarre to me. Marvel Lover says, TV show recommendation for you two. Freaks and Geeks is very much Stranger Things season 1, like the drama and aesthetic of it. No monsters, though. Yeah, I've heard really good things about it being a fun little coming-of-age high school hangout show. And it's only like one season, right? So, one I could see myself watching one day, but that TV list, let me tell you, it's a damn long list right now. All right. By the way, hit that like button if you guys are in there. Hit it. And if you're on the replay, hit it. Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I get to your question, comment, concern. Huge way to help support the channel as well. I've never seen the Equalizer movie, unfortunately. I am going to watch the new Wonka movie. Definitely. Will be tuned. I'll be sat, as they say. Oppenheimer or the Batman? I think the Batman's more rewatchable, probably. But Oppenheimer probably a bit of a better movie, to me at least. Favorite Planet of the Apes movie minus Dawn. Oh, excuse me. I read that correctly now. So favorite Apes movie I'm going to say is War for the Planet of the Apes. That was my favorite when I watched them all. Haven't seen them since 2017, though. Okay. Probably go for a bit longer here and then wrap this thing up. Do a little quick hitter on this Monday. Let's see. Am I excited for Kung Fu Panda 4? I'm intrigued, but I haven't seen the third Kung Fu Panda, I don't think. So I've seen the first two. I may have seen 3. I genuinely don't remember it. But I'll have to watch them all again before the new one comes out in order to really appreciate the new one when it comes out, which will be an easy rewatch. I mean, they're fun movies. Jack Black's Poe. It's literally about a Kung Fu Panda. Why would I not want to check it out? The new one. So yeah, I'll check it out for sure. I heard a rumor that Harry Potter is going to be in Deadpool 3. Yep, Harry Potter himself. Daniel Radcliffe, there is a rumor that he'll be in it.
Weird Al Yankovic?
Yeah, Weird Al. There's a Taylor Swift rumor. There's a Walker Scobell rumor, people are saying. He's going to play Kid Pool. Lots of rumors. Are you watching the new Harry Potter show? I might boycott it. I don't really think I'll tune in. I don't really give a damn about that. I bet you it's going to be cringe as hell. Like, it's just going to be so, like, just some Disney Channel crap where it's just, like, not quality. I don't really see myself watching it. Should HBO make a Batman show? I think what they're doing is smart. They're making the Penguin show and have shows within that universe, but have the movies be Batman. Have Batman show up in, like, the Penguin here and there, but exclusively Batman-focused stuff needs to be in theaters, at the movies. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. I did see there's supposed leaks of Clayface being in Batman 2, but I don't know if I buy it or not. Again, I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know if I buy it. Zach with the super chat. Thank you, Zach. It's a keep, watch, burn, and Cam can answer this too. Outer Banks, Teen Wolf, and Bridgerton. Zach says, I have not seen any of these. Just wanted to get your opinion.
Okay. I have to keep Bridgerton just because I haven't seen Benedict's season yet.
Okay.
So I have to keep it until we get his season.
Okay.
Watch Teen Wolf, burn Outer Banks.
Fair. I'm going to... As someone who's watching through Teen Wolf, I feel like I have to just watch Teen Wolf because I'm watching it right now. I can't say I keep it if I haven't even finished it.
Stop, you're going to burn Bridgerton.
I'm going to have to keep OBX, P4L, and burn Bridgerton of those 3.
You stink.
You knew that, though.
I know.
So, yes. I'm excited to continue my Teen Wolf watch through, though. That could be the keep after I finish it. It might just be. I'm really enjoying it. And Dylan O'Brien in that show is so damn funny.
He's so good.
He's so good in it.
He needs to be in every movie ever.
So we're in season 3 of Teen Wolf. I'm making my way through that show real fast. So hopefully finish that, by sometime in October, maybe even by the end of the month if I just grind it out. every night. So I haven't been watching as many movies because I'm watching, multiple episodes of TV at night as opposed to a movie, and football's in season. So football and TV have taken over the movie watching lately. Plus September is just a slow month for new movie releases. Super slow month. Thank you for the super chat, Zach. All right. I have no clue how many Pops I own. I think I have it in the app, but let me actually look. I'll pull up the Funko app real quick. I haven't updated it lately. Have you updated yours, Kim? Your Funko app?
No, I haven't really bought any Funkos recently though.
I've been on a bit of a hiatus as well from buying Funkos.
We're trying to be money responsible people.
Yeah. We are. We is. All right. My collection, I believe this is saying I have 108 items in it. So I guess I have 108 Funkos, and then if you throw in cams and we combine them, we have well over 200. You have almost over 100, right?
I have over 100. What do you mean?
Then we have 200 plus Funkos between the two of us.
I might have more than 200.
That's a
Chris,
stretch.
look around you.
Yeah, I know. We might actually have over 300 in combine if you combine our collections, which is the case. I mean, the collection is going to merge at one point.
Yeah.
And we're going to downsize a bit. We've talked about it. We have a lot of dupes or duplicates.
I have 195 in my app, so the odds of there being 5 or more that I don't have listed are pretty high.
Yeah, then we have 300 because I have F108, so we do collectively have over 300 Funko Pops. Wow. A lot of duplicates, though. Well, I mean, like, we're going to sell some off for sure. Maybe even might sell them off on a live stream. Be like, who wants this? Highest bidder.
That Mary Funko Pop is $95.
Wow.
Unsigned.
That's crazy. Yeah.
My Daredevil one is 105.
Jacob Starcourt Food Court says, Cam has about talked me into watching Teen Wolf after the recent podcast episode.
Jacob.
Hop on the train, dude. We can talk about it.
Do it.
There she is. 47 minutes and 3 seconds in. She makes her first appearance on screen.
No, that's why I walked behind you earlier.
Oh, you did? I didn't even realize that. I blanked. But yes. Teen Wolf's fire. I'm not even just saying it. It's like it came on MTV and it's network TV. So like it amps up the cheesiness, but I'm telling you, I love Outer Banks. It's super Stranger Things
It's
at times.
just classic TV.
You know what? It's super Stranger Things or early seasons at times, I'm telling you, where you got like a group of teenagers and it's like they're trying to figure out what's going on in the small town.
It's Stranger Things if it was for teenagers in the 2010s.
Yeah.
Like that's just what it is. It's Stranger Things without the periodness of it.
There's like werewolf lore and creatures, and it's a really engaging show. Like young teen love. Like there's a lot of characters there's one in particular who reminds me of Nancy from season 1. And she's one of my favorite. She's actually my favorite character in the show. And then you've got, it's just so good. I really like Teen Wolf. I'm fully in on Teen Wolf. Favorite Matt Reeves movie gotta be Batman. Has to be. Did you watch season 2 of I Am Groot? I did not, and I honestly forgot it came out. But I don't think I'm gonna watch it. Season 1 was like I watched it in like 20 minutes one morning. I woke up and rolled over on my side of my bed. And I watched it on my phone. And then I just never watched season 2. So I'll probably skip season 2. Starcourt says you should watch the Michael J. Fox Teen Wolf movie. Okay. I may have to check that out. I may just have to do that. My buddy and I were talking about this recently, actually. He's from 3 and Out, Drew. He said, what was he saying? He said that there was a few Michael J. Fox movies I should watch. Secret of My Success was one of them, I think. Zach says, really hoping the creator is good, as am I. Thoughts on Robert Eggers' Nosferatu remake? I think that is happening, right? Yeah. I never watched what was that movie called? The Northman? Is that Robert Eggers? He did The Lighthouse, right? I wasn't crazy about The Lighthouse. And he did The Witch, which I've never seen. But we'll see. I never watched the original Nosferatu. I had an opportunity to back in the day, but I never did. Like in theaters, I just didn't. Favorite time travel movie? It's the undisputed GOAT time travel movie, Back to the Future. That's the only option here. I will after I watch Bly Manor. Nice. Well, you have to hit me up when you're watching through Teen Wolf. Yes, there is a second series of shorts for I Am Groot that dropped last week, I want to say. Keep, Watch, Burn Classic Edition. Citizen Kane, Casablanca, The Godfather. Keep The Godfather, watch Casablanca, burn Citizen Kane. Easy. Very easy. I never watched Robert Eggers' The Northman, and I have not seen the Glenn Miller story, to answer that question. But I'll go for a few more minutes here. I'm already caught up in the chat, which is rare that happens. So drop some last-minute questions. We'll go for 5 to 10 more minutes. Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I get to your question, comment, concerns. Also, a huge way to help support me and the channel. If you got a hot take you want to share, any of that, super chat it in, and we'll go for a few more minutes here, and then call it a Film Stock live show, a wrap. It's a very 80s movie. I dug it because I love the 80s. That's what I've heard. That Teen Wolf movie is very 80s, which I'm fine with. I like 80s cheese every now and then. Worst time travel movies, either TMNT 3 from the 90s or Lego Movie 2. I had no clue there was a time travel TMNT movie. I heard that some of those 90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies stunk, though. Never seen them. Again, I've never seen a TMNT movie, period. But, wow. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles time travel. Sounds awful. I have not seen the movie Milk. Your favorite Marvel movie, not MCU? Spider-Man. Which, by the way, I filmed the 2000s movie video. Didn't mention Spider-Man. Didn't mention Lord of the Rings. That's the thing. Like, I'm just saying this here because you guys are here right now. I make these rankings, and, like, in the moment, they're fun, and I do them, but, like, they're constantly changing, and I forget things. I frankly do. I should have had Spider-Man on that list. I probably should have had Return of the King on that list over, like, 2 movies that were on there. But it is what it is at the end of the day. Like, 10 movies, I mean, that's why it's so hard to make a favorites list, because there's like 20 movies or 30 or 40 from the 2000s alone that I love, almost all on the same playing field, same level for me. So, you know, I forget a few things. There's no point to beat myself up about it. There's no point because it's, I love the movie. I know I love the movie. I just forgot to say it in the video. Thoughts on Christopher Landon directing Scream 7? I mean, I would have preferred Radio Silence, but it's fine, I guess. I've never seen any of his work, I don't think. Yeah. I'm going to start watching Dexter, and then you rewatch Dexter, and then we'll text about it, because that's one that's been on my list. I'm trying to get into the rhythm of watching multiple shows at once. I think that's normal. So, like, I have a sitcom I'm working through right now, and then I got Teen Wolf, which we're close to being done with. Like, if we continue at the pace, we can finish that in the next few weeks. And then if I start up Dexter and then another show, 2 shows, that's perfect. I think Dexter's one it's on my list for sure. It's been on my list for a long time, actually. This Halloween season, you got to watch Dr. Sleep, man. Also, Pet Sematary. I've heard Pet Sematary is pretty good. Love the profile picture, by the way. But Dr. Sleep, I was talking about that recently. The guy who cuts my hair, he likes movies, and we talk about them every time I get my hair cut. And so I was like talking about horror movies and how I'd been watching more because I know he likes horror. And then I mentioned how I got to watch Dr. Sleep. And so that's one that I will probably try to watch this October. I'm going to watch Jeepers Creepers. I want to watch Paranormal Activity. There's a lot I got to get to. Yeah. Yep. I miss Twitch streaming so much. I do too, Ryan. I'll get back to that in time because in about a month and a week, we got the new Spider-Man. So got to get on it so I can catch up and be streaming. Got to. Oh, yeah, The Dark Knight's in theaters this week, the trilogy, right? Probably won't go, but it's cool. If anyone out there is, let me know. But that might do it. I think we're going to call it early today. Little 55-minute stream, never hurt nobody. That was fun. We talked future movies, turned into Q&A as always, which is how I like it to be. But yeah, that will do it. I've got a lot of content planned this week. I'll probably have a live Q&A Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. But let's have a great week, everybody. Let's do it. It's Monday. Attack the week. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in here. Be sure to hit the like button. Check out the podcast, which is linked down below. New episode drops Wednesday. Check out 3 and Out, which I'll put the link to right here. Everyone go subscribe. It's college football talk right here. Let me see. Where'd it go? Right here. Go do it. Do it for football talk. We have a lot of fun with it. And yeah, that's going to do it. So have a good week, everybody. Stay tuned for more content coming very, very soon. Thank you, as always. If you're in here, if you send a super chat, if you liked, if you just watched, if you're here on the replay, means a lot. I do appreciate the support. So let's have a great week. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video, next live stream, next short. Peace.